So in this video, I'm going to talk about 8 Japanese words that are related to lean that all professionals in the Lean Six Sigma world should probably know. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chad. If it's your first time here, I want to ask that you go ahead and click that subscribe button if you like content around Lean Six Sigma and being a professional in that environment. If you're a returning visitor, I want to say thank you very much. Trying to get my subscriber count up to 1,000 in 2020, so any help you give me will be greatly appreciated. So I'm going to jump right into the content of the video. These are the 8 words, the 8 Japanese words that are all related to lean, and I'll give you some context around those words that I feel like all continuous improvement professionals in the lean world should be familiar with. Let's get started. So the first word is Judoka, and Judoka means in Japanese, it means automation, and what you'll hear in the lean world is Judoka means automation with a human touch, and that basically means if you have a machine that's making a part, you might have someone some oversight by a human that maybe judges that part, maybe look like inspection or something like that, right? That's one example. There are some other examples out there. Just know that Judoka means automation with a human touch. The next word is Hijunka, and Hijunka means leveling, and we use this word in the lean world to mean like leveling of workload. It could be leveling across machines, like production leveling across machines. So if you have 5 machines and one's running at 90% capacity and the other ones are running at 5% capacity, you want to make sure that you're leveling the load across those machines so they're all operating or they're all using the same amount of capacity and they're working to the same level as the rest of the machines, right? You want to equal that amount out. You want to level that load. It could also mean leveling the load across humans. I mean, if you have humans that are doing a certain amount of work and you have one person that's working really hard and nobody else and the other individuals in that area aren't working as hard, you want to make sure that you level out that load. You want to level out the workload across all the people. So Hijunka, level loading, leveling. The next word, and probably one of the most important words, is Kaizen. Now again, I want to go back and just mention this. These words are not necessarily in hierarchical order, in other words in order of importance, because if they were, Kaizen might be one of the first words I would expect someone to know in the lean continuous improvement world. Kaizen simply means change is good. So Kai meaning change, Zan meaning good, change is good, and you'll hear it in the continuous improvement world as Kaizen means continuous improvement. Doesn't matter really, it's just know that Kaizen means to continuously improve, but the real meaning is change is good. Now, if you're thinking about a Kaizen event, now that means that you're running like some sort of 5-day event and you're bringing a certain amount of team members together to solve a problem. It's a quick implementation. I'm not going to go into details on Kaizen. I can do another video on that if you want to know more about the Kaizen event. I've ran tons of Kaizen events, so I'm very familiar with how they're supposed to be ran, the team members that should be involved, the time limit, what pre-work should be done, and then what's supposed to happen during the actual event before you wrap up. So if you want to see a video on that, just comment below, yeah, show me more about the Kaizen or tell me more about the Kaizen, and I'll be happy to do a video on that. But for now, just know that Kaizen means continuous improvement or change is good. The next word I think you should know is Muda. Muda is waste. That's what it means in Japanese, and in the lean world, we are concerned with the 8 waste. Now, I've done a previous video on the 8 waste, and I'll put a link in the description below, or I'll pop out a card right here or here one side, and you can just go over and check that video out. But basically, make sure you check it out after you watch this entire video. So yeah, so Muda means waste, and that means we're dealing with transportation, inventory, or motion. People waste, not necessarily that people are a waste, but the fact that not using the intellect of people can be a waste. So in other words, if I have an engineer that's dumping trash cans and taking out the garbage, that's probably not the best use of the engineer's time. And then you have waiting, overproduction, overprocessing, and defects. And if you want to know what the acronym for that is TIM P Wood. So TIMP, what is the acronym of the words I just gave you? Those are the 8 wastes we're talking about when we talk about Muda in the lean world. So Muda, waste. The next Japanese word is Gemba. Now that's G-E-N-B-A, and a lot of people will use a G-E-M-B-A, but the G-E-N-B-A means actual place, okay? When we talk about Gemba, And it doesn't matter really if you say Genba or Gemba. You'll always hear a lot of people say at the Gemba, we need to go to the Gemba, let's do a Gemba walk. What they're really saying is we need to go to the actual place that value is created. In other words, if I work in an environment, a manufacturing environment, and I work up in the front office and I'm an engineer or a continuous improvement professional, black belt maybe, a master black belt, and you want to find out what's happening, you can't do that from the front office, right? So you might say, let's go to the Gemba. I want to go to the actual place where the value is created, because remember, if we're in the front office, we're all non-value add, and the people that are actually assembling the parts, they are value add. So let's go to the place that the value is created so we can get better insight to what's happening. Can't solve problems up in the front office. We can't solve problems on a whiteboard that's away from the Gemba. You need to actually go out to the Gemba, and that's where you can solve the problem. I always recommend getting a whiteboard, rolling it out to the Gemba, and doing the root cause analysis, problem solving, continuous improvement, whatever it is, right beside the area you want to improve, or you want to problem solve, or solve a problem for. And if you're doing that, then you're at the Gemba. Remember, when you're thinking about Gemba, think actual place, actual parts, actual people. And the next word you don't hear a lot in manufacturing. You do hear it some, but you don't hear it a lot, and it's called Kata. Now, if you've ever taken karate before, you know that katas are repetitions of motions. It almost looks like sort of a dance, but it's not. I took karate, so I can say that. But it's sort of doing through these motions, and you're doing it over and over again for practice, so you learn so you can learn that routine and become almost proficient. Well, actually, the idea is to become proficient at that routine, and that is the kata. Now, kata in Japanese means form, and it's basically a pattern you practice to get better at it. Now, in the real world, using kata in manufacturing, it could be kata around meetings. So imagine, especially when you're coaching kata, imagine if someone's coming to you with a problem, and you're trying to coach that person. The best way to do that is to ask them the same questions over and over again. So in other words, if they come to you with a question, you would say, well, where did the problem occur? When did it occur? How was it discovered? When did it start? How long has it been going on? What's the part numbers? Okay, so then you start asking this who, what, when, where, how many, and you know what you're doing in your mind, but they're going back, they're gathering the information, and maybe they come back the second time and they have a couple of pieces of the information. Maybe they have, when it started and who discovered it, but they don't have some of the other pieces like what part numbers are involved, and have you quarantined the parts and things like that. So then you start asking those questions again and again and again, and by the time and eventually when they come to you, they have all that information. So what you're doing is you're practicing kata. You're asking them the same questions over and over, and you're training them essentially to go out and gather the right information before they come to you. And really what you're doing them is you're making them a better leader and a better continuous improvement person, because they're going to know what information is needed the next time they need to solve a problem, and maybe you're not at work that day, or maybe you've moved on to another company. They're going to know exactly what's needed when something happens because you practiced kata. So kata means form. And the last word I want to talk about is Kanban. And Kanban simply means signboard. And typically it's a scheduling system used to improve efficiency. But when you think about Kanban, you think about card systems. And I'll give you a quick example. Let's say you are an office manager and you have, you're restocking pens, right? And you're always restocking pens and you're running out of pens. One day somebody comes to you, hey, we're out of pens again. You have these little bins, right, that you put all the pens in. They come to you and they say, hey, we're out of blue pens. Maybe you get red, blue, and green. And then you say, oh, I need to restock the pens. But now you go through a couple of days, 2 or 3 days, until the deliveries get there, that you're out of pens, right? So this happens again and again. So you say, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a card in the middle of the pen. So you're filling up the bins of red pens, you're filling up the bins of blue pens, you're filling up the bins of green pens. But in the middle of the pens, you put a card that's the size of the bin, right? So now when someone goes in to grab a pen, maybe they grab the I was looking for a pen on my desk. I don't see one. Maybe I have my Apple Pencil. They grab the last pen, right? And then somebody else goes to grab a pen. Oh, there's no pens in here, but there's a card, right? There's pens underneath the card, but in order to get to those pens, they have to pick up the card. And on the card, it says, hey, deliver this to the office manager's name. Maybe it's Chad. Deliver this to Chad. And because we need to restock these pens, these blue pens, red pens, green pens, whatever color they are. So they bring me over the card, and I have all the information on that card that I'm supposed to have. Who's the manufacturer, what number do I call, all of that. That way, if I'm out of the office one day, I'm sick, maybe I'm out for a month because I've had surgery, then whoever is taking my place, or whoever is who happens to see the card can actually just order the pins themselves. So anyway, Kanban is a signboard. That's what it means, signboard, and it's just a signaling system. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this video. The 8 words that you should know if you're in the continuous improvement world. Again, if you like this video, make sure you give me a thumbs up, and likewise subscribe to my YouTube channel. Again, trying to get to 1,000 subscribers in 2020. I'm almost there, and I could use your help. I appreciate everything. Everyone that comes back and watches the videos, I really appreciate it. Share the videos if you want. There's a link. You can say share video, and it gives you a link. You can copy that, put it in your Twitter, Instagram feed, Facebook. I need more watch time. It would be great if you could help me out with that, because I really like making these videos. It takes a lot of time to put these together, and and I don't get paid, at least not now. And even when I do, it's probably not going to be that much money. But anyway, appreciate your help, appreciate your time. Have a great rest of 2019, and I will see you in 2020. Well, by the time you watch this video, it'll probably be 2020. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.